Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. I want to do another comparison today. So bear with me. I know I did one yesterday. I don't like to do the same thing 2 days in a row, but I just had an hankering to do this song. Well, what's the song? It's Cry Me a River. Now, Cry Me a River was written in 1955 by a gentleman by the name of Arthur Hamilton. He wrote it for Ella Fitzgerald to include it in a 1955 movie called Pete Kelly's Blues. Well, instead of Ella recording it, Julie London was looking at starting a singing career. She was in movies as well. She was an actress and wanted to get into singing. She wanted to become an artist in singing. So she was married to Jack Webb, who knew that Arthur Hamilton had some new songs and suggested Julie contact Arthur and see what he had available. What's interesting is Arthur Hamilton and Julie London went to school together, so they knew each other. So when she talked to him, he said, "Yeah, I've got this song, Cry Me a River. You want to take a look at it?" Well, she ended up recording the song. This was her first single. It was released as a single in 1955 and then included in a movie in 1956 called The Girl Can't Help It, where they have her sing the song in that particular movie. With it being in that movie, this single shot up the charts and got to number 9 on Billboard's Hot 100 singles chart. It was Julie London's first single, and it was her first top 10 single as well. Now, why did I want to do a comparison? Well, I really wanted to do a reaction to a Mary Wilson song. And so I was looking into Mary Wilson, and I noticed, and because I had forgot, she actually does a cover of Cry Me a River. Now, Mary Wilson is a kind of pop jazz singer from the UK that recorded her first single in 1982, and that single was Just What I Always Wanted, which peaked at number 8 on the UK charts. Well, Cry Me a River was recorded in 1983, was released as a single in the UK, and reached number 27 on the UK charts. And it was also on her first album, Show People, which was released in 1983 as well. Now, I like Mary Wilson. I remember buying the album, her first album, the Show People album, and I was big into new wave at the time. And I was buying just about anything that came out of the UK. So when I saw this album, it had the greatest cover. It was Mary Wilson with a beehive haircut. And it was like, this is going to be cool. I just know it. I'd never heard her before. I bought the album, and it was great. It's a great album. I was thinking it was going to be very 60s style. And it kind of is, but it's more smooth jazz than it is 60s style. But the beehive haircut sold me on buying that album. So I thought it'd be fun to compare the original version of Cry Me a River by Julie London and this remake, this cover version by Mary Wilson that she recorded in 1983. Now, there are like 450 cover versions of Cry Me a River by every artist you can think of. So, for me to pick Mary Wilson, I know it's kind of unique, but I really like her version. So here we go with Julie London doing Cry Me a River. And this video is from a television program, I believe, and somebody colorized it because there's another version of it in black and white as well. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to see it in color. So here we go with Julie London doing Cry Me a River.
Now you say you're lonely. You cry the long night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you say you're sorry for being so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head, while you never shed a tear. Remember, I remember all that you said. Told me love was too plebeian, told me you were through with me. And now you say you love me. Well, just to prove you do, come on and cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. I cried a river over you. I cried a river over you.
Oh, very nice. I didn't want to stop it because I didn't want to interrupt Julie singing the song. There was no breaks in this song to really stop it and make some comments. So I thought it'd be fun to just watch this all the way through. And very smooth jazz. Wow. And very minimal instrumentation. And that's what I think makes it so smooth. You've got the guitar playing those nice, sweet chords, and you got the bass. You got the it sounds like a stand-up acoustic bass that they're using in this song as well, which gives it another jazz flavor to the song. And it's really all about Julie's voice. So I think she made the right move to get into singing because she's got a cool voice. She's got a really nice voice, and so sultry. You could you just feel it. You just feel it going right through your body every time she hits a note on the end of a verse or on the end of a line. Wow, just really, really nice how she sang the song. And I like in this video how they portrayed it too, where it's just very laid back atmosphere in this video, which just adds to the song. But very cool. Can see why this was a big hit in 1955 for Julie. And yeah, it's just the start of a great song being done by so many different artists, but she just knocked this one out of the park. I think her sultry version of this song is just tops. So let's move on and see how Mary Wilson performs this song. And this is from, I think, a show called Top Pop, and I've used their programs before on my videos. And this is her singing. This is Mary Wilson singing Cry Me a River on the Top Pop show, which I think is out of the Netherlands. So here we go.
Now you say you're lonely. You cried the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you.
very nice. Very nice. Very different than the Julie London version. As I had mentioned, the Julie London version instrumentally was very minimalistic. I think there was only two instruments, the electric guitar and the stand-up acoustic bass. Where on the Mary Wilson, it's very highly produced. There's a lot of production in this version of the song, and that was coming out of the late '70s, where I think they were overproducing songs, but they're trying to make the perfect record. And that's kind of what I hear with the Cry Me a River version by Mary Wilson. You know, when you start out, you've got the heavy strings in there, then the piano comes in, and then Mary starts singing. And her voice, and that's what really turned me on for her album Show People, was she's got such a dynamic voice, and she can hit a very high range of notes as well. And she does it in this version of Cry Me a River, where Julie London was a little bit more, not flat, but she kind of sang it at the same tone throughout the whole song. There was a little bit of rise at the end of the Julie London version, but Mary Wilson was putting a lot of emphasis on the lyrics with her voice, and that was a huge difference between the two singers. And then you get an instrumental break in the Mary Wilson version, which you didn't have in the Julie London version, with the gentleman playing the saxophone. And what's more sexy and more, if anything, heartbreaking than a sax solo? Nothing says, heartbreak or sexy than a sax. A saxophone just has that feel to it. And then she goes back into the song and starts singing. So this is kind of a cool version as well. There's some heavy drumming in here. You've got a lot of cymbal work, drum work in here. Got heavy bass in here. A lot of instrumentation, a lot of production in the instrumental portion of the song. And then you take that and put Mary Wilson's great vocals on top of it. Because like I said, she's got a fantastic voice. I really like the music she did. She didn't really last too long. I think it was 1982 was when she had her first hit single, and by 1985 she was kind of off the charts already, and came back in the 90s with some albums, but she wasn't as hot then as what she was in the mid 80s. So love this version of Cry Me a River. She just really hits it with her vocals. She does such a great job, and it's kind of interesting where she's just sitting in that chair singing the song, very similar to how Julie London did it in the TV show that was highlighting her song as well. Just kind of, I don't know if Mary did that on purpose because she had seen the Julie London clip, but I thought that was kind of interesting that they both were sitting singing this song. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the two versions of Cry Me a River, the Julie London version, which is the original version of the song, and then 1983, Mary Wilson did a cover of it and had a big hit with it as well. So if you liked it, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. That'd be so cool. If you have any comments on Julie London or the Mary Wilson version of Cry Me a River, put it in the comments below. That'd also be very much appreciated. I'm also going to take the link to both videos, which, like I said, were kind of fun videos. I like videos where you can see the artist performing the song, so that's why I picked these two. And I'm going to put the link for each of those videos in my notes below, so if you want to see them again, just pick on the link. The video will open up, and have a fun time watching. I'm also going to put a link to each of the channels that uploaded these videos, and you might want to check out their channels. They may have some other really cool stuff. I know Top Pop does, so definitely check out Top Pop, but there's some really cool stuff out there. Now, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, we're playing a lot of cool music, a lot of different things that I don't know if anybody else actually takes a look at in reactions. So subscribe. Please subscribe. You got my video open here. If you go below the video, it's that easy. Just hit that subscribe button and you're in. If you go over here, ring that bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. So this is cool. I really like this. I like doing the comparisons. They're probably my favorite videos to do because I like looking at like an early version of the song and then a later version of the song and how did they do them? Were they similar and how were they different? And in this one, the similarity was, hey, it's a Torch song, but musically they're so different. So it put a big smile on my face. I hope it put a big smile on your face. And peace out, baby.